Live from New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, he's taking karaoke to the extreme. The new host of Killer Karaoke, Mark McGrath, is here. Plus, Lamar Odom's got a new job, and you won't believe where. Wendy has all the details and all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Thank you so much for being here. How you doing? I'm doing great today. Listen, Lamar Odom has a new job in another country. We'll talk. And you won't believe who Simon named as godmother to his new baby, Eric. Plus, Kim K is lashing out at the haters. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topics. So I've got a lot of stories for you, so let's just get started with Lindsay Lohan. Okay, well, no. The reality show is coming out. You know, she's doing it for Oprah's Own, and the first picture of the reality show to promote it has just been released. I'll show it to you. That's a nice picture. She really is pretty. She needs to get it together before she really loses her looks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Yeah, I even like the lip thing, the lip color, very Anne Margaret, right? The show is following Lindsay and her new assistant and a sober coach as they try to rebuild her career here in New York. You laugh too? Then you are my people. Really, girl? Sounds like a snow job to me. She wants us to believe she's gotten it together, but the streets have been talking for a moment. I am not convinced that this show will be anything more than a lot of editing to make Lindsay look like she has it all together, if you know what I'm saying. Because the streets don't lie. Oprah, I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm not even caring to watch the show, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather read about her in the magazines and talk to the people I know who've been hanging out with Lindsay, because that's the real tea. That's a nice picture of Oprah. She looks like a teenager there, right? Yeah. Anyway, okay, convince me why I should care to watch this show. Convince me why. It's like that show, Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. I thought that show was going to be so good. And I love E.J. Johnson, you know, but he's not on the show enough. And I think that the kids are all obnoxious. And so I don't watch it, but I was so in, just the title of it, Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. They're grown people, they're almost 30 years old, and they throw around their fortune at this time when nobody cares, okay. But anyway, back to Lindsay's show. It sounded good when we talked about Oprah making this show months ago, but now it's almost too late. I mean, the show doesn't come out until March. Will you be watching? Do you care? No. Clap. Be very honest, though. Clap if you're gonna watch. All 5 of you and 2 of my producers. All right, I'm gonna be honest, too. I'm gonna check it out the first episode, because I want to see that I'm right in saying that it's gonna be a snow job. Look, it works for all of us, though. Are you still up on Sunday nights at 10 o'clock? You know Revenge has changed to, the new season of Revenge is gonna be 10 o'clock on Sunday nights, too. Which one are you gonna watch? I gotta tell you something, though. At 10 o'clock Sunday nights, usually I'm watching the inside of my eyelids. You know, listen, I'll give you the date. You decide for yourself. Lindsay is what it's called, and it premieres Sunday, March 9th at 10 o'clock on OWN. There. In the meantime, Kanye is definitely influencing Kim. Yes, well, because she's a lasher-outer also. So there she goes, she jumps on the Twitter and, you know, upset with the tabloids for criticizing her and accusing her of getting butt implants. They're not the only ones. Anyway, here's what she tweeted, and then I'll break it down a little more for you. Wait, hold on. I'm Kevin's mother. Cool. Okay. Suzanne, do I have lipstick on my teeth?
No, you're okay.
Okay. Thanks. I still have weight to lose. Anyone who says, anyone who's had a baby knows how hard it is to lose the weight, especially that last bit of weight, and your body totally changes. Making fun of me pregnant and making fun of me trying to lose weight. Now, shame on you, is what she says to the tabloid. She's talking about like OK Magazine and, a smattering of haters that might hate on her. And I agree. You shouldn't give women a hard time after they've had a baby. It took 9 months to gestate, double that, and add 9 more months. So you need like 2.5 or 3 years, I think you need like 2.5 or 3 years, honestly, to lose the weight. I mean, your average women. There's some people who are naturally svelte, and they the weight just drops off. But for most of us, it does take a while. And I do agree with you, Kim. However, why are you talking to the very people who made you, the tabloids? Okay, and you're the one who let these magazines put you on the pedestal as you pedestalize yourself, but by trying to be perfect, right? Kim Kardashian, she's a beautiful, perfectly imperfect woman, So you can't be mad when people question whether you have butt implants or why you haven't lost your weight. You're not like the rest of us. You're the one who created the monster that you are. I saw an old picture of Kim from back in the day before she started messing with her face and tweezing her eyebrows and stuff. Isn't that a pretty girl? Yeah, that's a pretty girl. She sure has changed a lot in the face, but Nick Cannon hasn't changed one bit. This is back in 2006. Well, they used to date. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, that's what I'm here for. Then I saw another really weird picture of her on the internet. I brought it in. Do we have it? Show that picture with the beige jeans. Her booty looks real lumpy or something. Ooh. I know. And I know what you're saying too. Well, at least she has a butt. All right, I get it. I'm flat, but that right there looks crazy. And not in a really good way. How do you clean that? All right, let's move along and talk about Lamar. So Lamar is making his return to basketball this week, everybody. I know. Okay. There's good parts to this story and bad parts, so I'll break it down. Remember he's been going through a very, very rough time. Accused of cheating on Khloe. Now Khloe is divorcing him. Then the drug accusations, not just drug, but the crackishness of it all. And then we were hearing that the LA Clippers were interested in him. And then we were hearing about these big meetings happening with his agent and the Clipper organization, the ones that, at the top of the organization, and Lamar. And we thought this was really gonna happen. And I was really happy for him. Well, now, it turns out no, this is not the bad part. I'm getting to the bad part. She said, uh-oh. Okay, well, the Clipper thing is not going down. I guess the organization felt as though Lamar might be too much of a liability, because certainly he is a good basketball player, although he hasn't played for a while. And so it's kind of like riding a bike. You don't forget how to do it, but you're a little wobbly when you get up there. Anyway, now ESPN is confirming that Lamar is moving to Spain to play for the EuroLeague team. Now, before you suck your teeth, because I did too, a lot of those teams over there pay more money than over here. Oh, you knew that already. Okay, I had to ask my man about that. I wasn't sure. Anyway, okay, so he'll still be making money, and it's a 2-month contract, which means, no, don't turn your nose up to that. Because you know what that means? That means if he goes over there for 2 months and all of a sudden one of our NBA teams over here say, wow, Lamar's doing it to death over there. We need him on our team. Then all he has to do is fly back here. He's not binded by a contract. I think that's fabulous. I think it's fabulous. And it'll take him away from that family. you know, that family, and you know, you can get a divorce overseas. All you gotta do is fax the email the paperwork back and forth. You know, he can get his divorce. There's no TMZ following him around. Hot topics though. Are we on in Spain? 52 countries. Are we on over there?
We're checking. We're checking.
I mean, he'll still be able to watch us on TV. And we've got informants all around the world, so people will be informing us as to what he's doing, and I think it's terrific. This is a great thing. Now here's the uh-oh. And it's a big one, honey. Look. There are no big drug laws over there. You can get high anywhere. Cocaine for everyone! Crack for everyone, weed every place. And honestly, coming from a place of addiction, I have to say that if he is the druggie that the streets have been saying, this is the worst move ever. No, honestly, you know, because if you can, what do they say about the drug laws? What do they say?
Drug consumption's not a crime as long as it's done in private.
Drug consumption is not a crime as long as it's done in private. Well, I don't know about you, people who come from a place of addiction, and I'm a strong woman. If I worked at WSPN 104.5 in Spain, I'd be playing the Mary J. Blige and telling you I am getting nice. It takes so many years before you realize that you would never go back to that devil. Now for me, it's been over a decade. I would never go back. But I mean, not even if I lived there, I wouldn't be tempted. But back when I was, you know, deep in addiction, there's no way I'd be able to clean myself up over there. So Lamar, there's good news and bad news. We'll be watching. Yes. It's bad. Guess who Simon Cowell named the godmother of his new baby, Eric? I'm just gonna get right to it. His ex-girlfriend, Sunita. Oh, no, you don't understand how deep their relationship is. Sunita and Simon, and we've got the proof, met back in 1982 and dated on and off for almost 20 years. There they are. Right? Oh, he's a good-looking man. Are you saying ew? For 1982, that's how all the boys looked. And look at Sunita, just doing it. And then she wanted a baby with Simon, and Simon told her, you know, this is not gonna happen. Well, she's since gone on and she's got children of her own, but I don't think she's with the child's father because she's still around Simon quite a bit. And she's the godmother of the baby. And I know what you're saying. Well, what does his baby's mother say about that? She doesn't have a horse in this race. Her opinion does not count, and I'm gonna tell you why. Do I need to refresh your memory? Lauren's good friend, like in his Fave 5, was her husband. Simon's good friend was Lauren's husband. So Simon is such a no good friend that he slept with Lauren, allegedly, in the master bedroom of their marital house. Yes. In the meantime, this is here in Manhattan. In the meantime, you know, Lauren and her soon-to-be ex-husband, because of course, you know, you divorce after that. Lauren and her soon-to-be ex-husband have a cute 8-year-old son. But Lauren knew she was due, and they would go on vacations and everything together. Do we have the picture on the yacht anywhere close by? Okay. We can't get to that button fast enough to bring it up. Sorry. Anyway, the three of them, the two guys were friends, and Lauren was the wife of the friend, and so that's some no good mess. And so, yeah, Sunita's the godmother. Simon, another low-down, dirty dog move by naming her godmother. Lauren, I'm sure, would love to protest. By the way, I don't think he's ever going to marry Lauren. No. Yeah. Then again, he doesn't need to. You know, she secured the baby, so she secured her future. But not in a good way, you know what I mean? Money can't buy you happiness and respect, you know? And I know if I were to see her in the store, I'd look at her like, godparents, by the way, I think are like an antiquated thing. Clap in the audience if you have godparents. Yeah. That's a title only. The godparents are they're supposed to be the ones, like if both of you die, then the godparents take care of the kid. And the godparents are supposed to be people that you trust with a little bit of money that you might leave, whether it's $5 or savings bonds, college tuition. If you've saved enough money so your kid goes to Harvard if he gets straight A's, the godparents are not supposed to be some kind of shiesty people who send him to Baruch College while you drive around in your new Phantom Ghost. Shout out to my godparents. Hi, godparents. I haven't seen them in years. I haven't. When I say years, I mean like 25 years. I know, and they live in New Jersey. Maybe only 10 miles from my house. I don't know. My parents are still alive. I'm not an orphan. I'm busy. Hi, Aunt Ruthie and Uncle Marvin. How you doing? Madonna's tired of hearing her own songs. Oh, excuse me, Suzanne. She said, oh, yay. Well, I'm not. That's a good picture, isn't it? Who's that young girl who's 54 years old but looks so young? Who is, you don't have to agree with me, but I'm just saying, like she does things to herself, but everything is settled. Look at this. She's got nice rounds of bosom. She's got nicely populated hair. You know, when your hair starts to thin, that's the sign of getting old. So then you populate it with some of them tracks or you buy a wig. And look at those great eyelashes, nice tasteful makeup. I recognize her as Madonna, from when we first met her in Material Girl. Look, she still wears her natural teeth. When she's not covering them with those stupid grills. Anyway, Madonna confesses that she has a love-hate relationship with her music. She says, I love my music, but I'm just kind of sick of it also. I would imagine like when she comes into the nightclub, they immediately hit borderline or something like that. And she doesn't want to hear that. I don't know, you're like biting, like you can be sick of your music, but don't let us know that because we love it. When True Blue comes on, how about Holiday? Don't you want to take the top down and let your wig blow? You never get too old for that. You dance like nobody cares when Material Girl. What about Like a Prayer? You're sick of that? DJ Booth, I'm not sick of it. Can we hear some Madonna music during the commercial break? Much like Katy Perry music, Madonna music makes me feel young. Madonna, we don't want to know that. I watch my own show. I'm not sick of it. Like, I watch the show. I've admitted that to you. I'm not that cool, and we're 5 seasons in. I still delight in entertaining you, so I don't take it for granted. Okay, this is a really good story. Come closer. Oh my gosh, this next one. Okay. You know that Kimora Lee Simmons? Yes. Okay. Well, the rumors have been swirling that she's been dating that rap mogul Birdman, who has all the tattoos on his face. No, look, don't let the tattoos frighten you. He's very wealthy, he's very smart, and he's very successful. But listen, Kimora, okay, so he tweeted that the love of my life, and then there was a picture next to the tweet, or on top of the tweet, and they were both, looks like in the club, like in the banquette. Do we have the picture? Can we show? There it is. There's the Birdman, and then there's Kimora looking seductively at us. Anyway, Kimora didn't respond to the rumors, but her ex-husband, Russell Simmons, did. Russell, you're my kind of person for a reason. Look. So now here he goes, blowing up the spot. He tweeted that Kimora isn't dating Birdman. She's actually married to a businessman named Tim Listener. I know! I am stunned too. So I did some digging to find out who this Tim Listener is. Well, he's got a PhD. He's also the co-president of Goldman Sachs. She married another good one. The thing is, I don't know that she was keeping this a secret. A lot of my staff was saying, well, why would Russell, get on the social media and blow up her spot? But maybe she wasn't mad about it. Maybe she wasn't intentionally keeping that from us. It's just that she used to be on TV a lot, and now she's not on that TV anymore. So we don't know stuff. But now we know stuff. Can we see him without his glasses? He looks better with his glasses on, but. Yeah. But the smell of money always makes a man look better, so congratulations on your marriage, Kimora. And Russell, keep talking, and we'll keep listening. Okay, so Tori Spelling's mom, Candy, reportedly thinks that Dean deserves another chance. I know, it's so sweet. Alas, I don't agree, but Tori reportedly told her mom that she's afraid that Dean will cheat again after he gets out of rehab. Well, reportedly there's 5 cheatations that we know of, as we talked about, and you know how they met. He cheated on his wife and family with Tori, and Tori cheated on her husband. They were making a movie for the Lifetime channel. So, I'd be scared also. As a matter of fact, after 40, your heart can't take getting scared too many times and getting broken too many times before you just have to let it go and give Jesus the wheel. But Candy reportedly told Tori that she'll never know unless she tries. But Candy and a lot of you older dolls, you come from a time where you stay with the husband regardless of what they do. You see, us younger, more modern women, we know divorce is there for a reason, and we ain't scared to be raising our kids by ourselves. Well, Tori, whatever you decide, we'll be watching, and good luck to all parties involved. Hey, keep clapping. We've got more great show. One of my favorite guests in the history of Wendy is here today. He's a good talker. I'm talking about Mark McGrath. Yes. He's coming out here next, so don't go far. I obsess when our next guest stops by. He's the front man from the legendary band Sugar Ray, and he's also the new host of a show on True TV called Killer Karaoke. Please welcome back to our show, the delightful Mark McGrath.
Oh, so much fun, so much fun. Wendy, I gotta say...
Wait, you're sitting on the wrong side of the pillows.
Oh,
Come
I am
on.
okay.
Fix it up.
I'm always used to the wrong side of the pillow.
Yes.
I'm backstage and I hear the greatest guest in the history of the Wendy Williams show. That is a huge
You're
honor.
one of them.
You've had so many great guests. Are you kidding me?
I have.
So, I don't know if I can live up to it, but you've touched my heart.
Thank you. Well, we'll start with shoe cam.
Shoe cam.
Can we give him some shoe cam?
You gotta look at these.
No, they're down here. They're good, Mark.
Look at those.
Yeah.
How do you lose with the suede Clydes? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Going old school. But if you get a drop of water on them, they're ruined.
Oh, yeah.
The suede has died and you gotta throw them out.
That's
So,
suede. Well,
yeah, it's
there's a
tough.
lot of water outside. The snow is melting.
Tough from LA. I'm not used to this freezing cold. It's
Oh,
no
this
fair.
is a warm day.
It is.
Anyway, so the last time that we talked,
Yeah.
you had just gotten married, but you weren't wearing your ring. So today I've noticed that you are actually wearing
Wendy,
a ring.
I'm happy to show you my ring. My ring is back.
Yes.
My ring is back. My wife was very smart. She goes, Mark, I know you're going to lose your wedding ring. I know you will. I go, no, I'm not. Let me get a cool one. So it's a couple $100 ring, not very expensive. Design to lose. I've lost it twice. 2 people care about my wedding ring. In this order, Wendy Williams and my wife. Thank you, Wendy. I've got it for you.
Now, how are the twins? I know that they're 3 now.
Yeah, they'll be 4 in April. It's the greatest thing in the world. Yeah, look at that. Are you kidding me? That's what it's all about. You know, I've told you this before. It's well documented. I've had a good time in the 90s, and I was kind of trying to find myself. And I'm the last guy to take his lampshade off at the party. I'm like, where'd everybody go?
Lampshade.
I'm the only guy there at the party. And then these wonderful kids came into my life. And it's, I'm a father now first, everything else is second. I love those guys.
Yes.
Little Lyden and Hartley.
And I heard that you actually own a minivan.
Minivan life, where you at?
Oh my God.
If you're a parent, look at that. Are you kidding? Look at the luxurious comfort of that minivan. If you're a parent, the minivan is a Ferrari, okay? So, because it's so convenient. The juice boxes go here. There's a TV. It's wonderful. But the problem is, I'll pull up to a red light and I'll see a hot chick. You know what I mean?
We're married.
I still got an ego, Wendy, just like you.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay. You still want to see you
So
got
I
it.
pull over to a stoplight, I look over a hot chick, and I'm like, she's looking at me. She's looking at me. Then I go, number one, minivan. Then I go, number two, not 1999 anymore. So it hurts a little bit, people, but that minivan, it's a lifesaver. I love it. And I've gotten all the neighbors on the block to get one, too. So
That's
they're
nice.
a lifesaver. Love
Now,
minivan.
are the kids in preschool? Do they stay home? I know there are only 3, but
Yeah.
do they leave the house to
we
go
start
someplace?
early in LA. That's a school hustle out there. I'm telling you, it's hard to get kids in school. You got to send your 8x10 and go. Look, they can sing, they can dance, they can do it all. You know, and it's expensive out there.
Yes.
You know, I thought we were saving for college. You know, when I went to college at USC, fight on, any Trojans?
Okay.
Nobody. All right. Forgot I'm on the East Coast. That was $25,000 a year. I'm paying that much for 2 kids to go to preschool right now in Los Angeles,
Gee.
California. You cannot play enough county fairs in my band Sugar Ray to support that. So, you know, it's a rough one, but it's a great school and we're doing great. But I did have to play the carnival to get into the school. Can you believe that? So
Okay, Mark and his wife dated for about 18 years before
20
they
years. 20
before
years
they
in
got
94.
Before they got married.
That's
they
correct.
They just got married about a year and a half ago.
Uh-huh. I do everything backwards.
Yes.
If you sat on the wrong side of the couch.
It's okay.
Yeah.
This is what I want to ask you, and I don't want to offend you, but it's out there and I need to know. Did you all step out on each other a lot during your dating time? Because
Yes,
you were
we
young
did.
kids when you were together.
Not gonna lie, I'll tell the truth, people. I feel like I'm in the nest here and we can talk. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I moved to LA in '94. I just signed a record deal. The last thing I wanted to do was find the love of my life.
And you met her
in the first 2 months of moving up there. And you know, we were dating. We were just young kids, and we were trying to figure it out. We damaged the relationship. We never thought we'd get this far. We were married with kids.
Yes.
You know. But we got all that stuff out of the way, and then about 8 years ago, I got the gig at Extra, and I was looking at her. She's still here. I'm like, I really love you. You know, there's a real friendship here. You want to give this a real shot?
Yeah.
And we did. We had the twins before we got married, and I wanted to wrap it all up in a nice little bow. So she's the love of my life, and I'm focused on my family and providing for them. That's what I do now.
Well, all right.
Thank you, guys.
We were talking about Madonna and Hot Topics. We played the music.
Madonna.
But
Whoa.
have you ever slept with her?
Have you ever slept with Madonna?
Yeah, 'cause that's the word.
Let's not even warm up to it, right? Let's just get right to it.
You're that kind of guy.
What was great, and there was a rumor about me and Madonna,
Yes,
right? And I would
I
would perpetuate it. I go, I don't know, maybe not. One night, it was Oscar week. I met her like in '99 at a party. She goes, Mark, walk me out to my car. Now I'm an idiot. I don't know what that means. I walk her out to the car. There's a million paparazzi. They're flashing the bulbs. I'm feeling all cool, you know?
Right.
And I take her to the car. I give her a little kiss on the cheek. I go back, and now the paparazzi, now she's gone. They're making fun of me. They're going, loser, she doesn't love you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, what world am I getting into? So I go to sleep, wake up super hungover, and it's Ricky Martin's out, Mark McGrath's in, Madonna's new boy toy. And I went, oh my God, that's the story. So if that's sleeping with Madonna, I slept with Madonna.
Yeah. Can I ask you one more?
Of course.
Because there's a list of the things.
There's a long list.
But I mean, your wife knows these things now.
She does.
And
She's immune to it. You know?
Yeah, she was probably no
She
innocent,
did her
by the
own
way.
thing. By the way, I'm not hypocritical. We
Yes.
broke up and did her own thing, but we found love. I think Heavy D said it best in the late 80s.
Yeah. Aw.
It's a reference for Heavy D.
Pam Anderson?
Pam Anderson, no truth to that either. That was another one of those little tabloid.
Paris Hilton?
No
All right,
truth
I'm
to that
done.
either. Yeah. No.
Wow.
Well, listen, I those are some beautiful women. I don't want to
Yes.
get in the way of those rumors, you know.
Yeah,
Please.
yes.
You know?
Well, okay, so what's the craziest thing that has happened to you while on stage regarding your fans?
I don't know if I can. Well, should I say the craziest? I don't know if I can.
Is it the one about the girl jumping up there
it
and
is.
biting you?
Austin, Texas, 1998. I'm on stage at Stubbs Barbecue, very famous venue. 2,000 people out there. Girl comes on stage, kind of like Miley Cyrus, pre-twerking days. Like, all right, this is cool. She goes down in like sort of the nether region, for lack of a better word,
Yes.
and chomps down on my junk. Hardcore. Now it's not fun anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? And my roadies are on. There's a problem here. They try to pull her apart. They can't get her off. She had like the jaws of life on my unit.
Did she break skin?
I didn't know till after the show. I looked down, and let's just say I got a tetanus shot that night.
Wow.
Yeah, tetanus shot. So that's a pretty crazy story, right? Didn't get any worse than that.
Didn't I tell you he's a great talker?
And I missed that.
Up next, everybody, we're going to hear about Mark's new show, Killer Karaoke, and find out the story behind this Throwback Thursday picture with Mike Tyson. Keep it here.
Whatever happens, don't stop singing! Performing Poker Face by Lady Gaga, it's Olivia.
I wanna hold 'em like they do in Texas, please. Hold 'em, let 'em hit me, raise it, baby, stay with me. Hook and intuition, play the cards with faces. And after he's been hooked, I'll play the
Mark,
Yeah, I don't want to brag.
that was a clip from the show Killer Karaoke. Tell them about the show.
It's the funniest show. I was blowing the takes because I was laughing so hard. Basically, talented singers sing karaoke while we do all sorts of horrible things
like
to
sick
them.
dogs on them.
Yeah, well, the dogs, there's wild animals, there's shock collars, there's disgusting concoctions of mayonnaise, chocolate syrup. The sick minds there went, this is not gross enough. We got mayonnaise and maggots in there. What do we do? One guy goes, why don't we go around the studio and get all the cigarette butts out of the ashtrays?
Oh.
And that's what they did, and subsequently got dumped on said contestant. Very hardcore show. People ask, why are you doing that show? And the answer is in the question, why?
Why?
It's so much fun. I've never laughed harder. It's a great show. It's a lot of fun to be a part of.
Yeah. So now, you know that cult classic movie Sharknado 2 is back, and Mark's in it.
Don't want to brag. I don't want to brag. But I guess De Niro was busy and Pacino dropped out, and I'm your man. I'm in Sharknado too. And people are tripping about this movie.
They really are.
My friends call me. It's like I'm in a Scorsese movie. You're in Sharknado, dude. Oh my God.
If you're not familiar with the movie, tell the premise of the movie.
Basically, it's a tornado. The first one, a tornado hit Los Angeles full of sharks that were attacking people, biting off arms and limbs, and a real threat to LA. It's coming to New York next summer, so you better stay inside,
And
people.
Tara Reid's in it. And
Tara
Ian
Reid's in it,
Ziering.
Ian Ziering. I was acting with Judd Hirsch yesterday in a cab, and Vivica Fox, who's lovely.
Yes.
And I mean, great cast. Kelly Osbourne, Andy Dick's in it, Judah Friedlander. We've got a huge cast, and we have to keep people out of it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Strictly for fun, people.
Strictly
this
for
movie's
fun.
awesome. Yeah.
Now, do you die in the movie?
I got to make it to the third one, Wendy. I got to feed those kids. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
You gotta
Come
keep them
on.
full. All right.
I gotta make it.
It's Throwback Thursday, and we have this photo of you and Mike Tyson. What y'all doing?
Well, right then, that was like late 90s. Mike had just gotten out of jail.
Oh.
Or that picture looks like we're still in jail. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
And he had just gotten out, and he hadn't really done anything publicly. And for some reason, he went to the World Music Awards in Monte Carlo, like in 1998. I was hosting it.
Oh.
Okay? And so after the show, he goes to Jimmy's, which is a really popular nightclub there. It's been popular for years. And we're about to leave. In walks Mike with his shirt off. It's 20 degrees below zero. He goes straight to the dance floor. I'm about to leave. I look at my management. I go, I'm doing it. They go, don't do it. Don't do it. I go, I'm doing it. I take my shirt off. I run up to Mike. And at this point, you're either going to get punched in the face or get the best photo op of your life. And luckily, the latter happened right there. That's me and Mike in Monte Carlo.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark, for being here.
Wendy, I love you. Thanks for
You're
having
still
me.
one
You
of my
guys, thanks so
faves.
much. You guys are great.
Killer
Thank you.
Karaoke airs tonight at 10 on True TV. Up next, it's time for Ask Wendy. Terrific. Welcome back. It's time for Ask Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. My name is Regine. How you doing?
How you doing? Wow, cute.
Thank you.
Come on out so your fans can see you. Girl.
Okay, so I went on a date on Super Bowl Sunday. I met this gorgeous guy. The date went incredibly well. Second date was a disaster. I had way too much to drink, and he, was nice enough, put me in a cab ride home. I texted him, made sure that everything was cool. He's like, everything's fine. 2 weeks later, I still haven't heard from him. So, is there hope?
What, were you out for dinner and drinking too much? Or?
Yeah, we were at the W. I had my third lychee martini and it was over.
Don't you love lychee fruit, though?
It was so good.
I would, all right, this is a twofold thing, because I would say call him and just apologize for the drinking and just let him know. You say something like your stomach was empty or whatnot. That's the first thing.
That's what happened.
Yeah, well, that's what you should tell him. But the other part says, don't call him because maybe he saw you in a different light. And I'm not talking about the drinking. I'm talking about maybe he wasn't digging that first date as much as you think.
Right?
Should she call, clap? Okay, wait, all right. Should she not call and play herself? Listen, I very rarely ask for their opinion, but since I'm on the fence, and I do agree with them, I think that you are cute enough, you'll get another. Just watch how you drink, okay? All right, very well. How you doing?
Hey, Lindsay, how you doing?
Good.
My name is Louise. I have a problem.
Louise?
Yes.
That's a throwback name.
Throwback.
All right, girl.
So my husband and I, we've been married for 4 years. We both work full-time, but he uses his full-time job as an excuse not to clean. And I feel like I have to clean up everything all the time. I even went on strike, and he refused to wash one dish.
How long was the strike?
It was for almost 2 weeks. And he refused. Like, I had to buy, like, styrofoam plates. Like, he just refused. Socks everywhere. He wouldn't do anything.
Oh.
How do I get my husband to clean up?
Well, apparently he's not going to, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Look, was he like this when he was a single guy and you guys were dating? Like you saw glimpses? Don't be embarrassed.
I did. I saw some glimpses, but
all right.
That's over.
Can you afford a housekeeper once a week?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, then you have to have a conversation with your husband and let him know, and remind him that you went on strike and he still did nothing, that you need help around the damn house.
I did.
Okay? All right. Good luck, Louise. Keep it here. More Ask Wendy after the break. Wendy, how you doing?
Hi, Wendy. I'm Tammy. How are you doing?
Hi, Tammy.
Hi. I'm a single mother, and I put my son first, foremost. He graduated valedictorian of his class. Now he's in college on a full ride. So now I'm wondering, is it okay for me to pursue my career? I'm in skincare, and I would love to move to New York,
Absolutely.
and I live in Florida.
You live in Florida.
So I don't want to feel guilty about it.
Does Sonny Boy live at the house?
Yes, he does, but he'll be living with his aunt when I move up here.
Perfect. Is he close? Does he know?
Yes,
that you're...
we're very close. Like, she's a second mother to him.
Is this your only child?
Yes.
Well, it's time to reclaim your independence.
Okay.
Welcome to New York. And good luck. Good luck. Thank you. How you doing?
Hi, Wendy. How you doing?
Well, thank you.
My name's Danielle, and me and my boyfriend have been together since high school. But after graduating, we both actually went to 2 separate coasts. I actually live in Oregon now, and he lives here in New York. So my question is, I'm wondering, should I wait for the ring to do the big move, or should I just go ahead and move now?
I would never move for a man with no ring. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
And I also don't go along with long-distance relationships, but, how old are you, by the way?
23.
23. What do you do for a living? Like, what's out in Oregon?
I actually just took my medical school admissions test.
Doctor?
Yeah,
Wow.
so that's the plan.
What does he do for a living?
He's a teacher at a charter school.
Okay, that's a good job also.
Yeah.
Teacher jobs are very hard to come by, and doctor is very difficult to become. I would say stay in Oregon, let him keep teaching, and figure out a way to make it work.
Okay.
Good luck, doctor.
Thank you.
One more quick question. Hi.
Hi, Wendy. How you doing?
Good.
My name is Christina, and I find myself to be a pretty attractive female. However, when I go out, I don't get approached by men that often. So what can I do to make myself seem more approachable?
Show him the dimples. You have 2 of them. Are you serious? Yeah. Come out here and look at her. Look, all right, so first of all, you are very attractive.
Thank you.
But you can't sit back and wait for men to approach you. We modern girls don't do that anymore.
Okay.
If you want a man to approach you, if you want him to know that you're feeling him, show him the dimple with full teeth, not just a closed smile, and make eye contact. Okay. And guess what? Strut up to him.
Okay.
As long as he's not wearing a ring.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And That's not desperate. That's practical. Because you're probably intimidating the boys.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Good
you.
luck with everything.
Thank you.
Up next, everybody, it's time for Throwback Thursday. Don't go far. Throwback Thursday pictures. Up first, we've got Simon Cowell. You know Simon and his girlfriend, Lauren Silverman, welcomed their son on Valentine's Day. Take a look at Simon's throwback photo of standing with his father. His father, isn't that sweet? His father's name is Eric, and it's a nice tribute that Simon named his own son after him. Up next, Pharrell Williams. Pharrell, people are still talking about that famous Grammy hat. As you know, the Grammy hat has its own Twitter page. Let's take a look at how cute he was when he was younger. Right? The denim pantsuit, the big afro, the pose on the chair, just so cute. Okay, now it's my turn. Here's a picture of me shoveling snow at my parents' house when I was 12 years old. As you can see, I've always been a big girl. That's my sister's Buick Skyhawk that my grandfather bought for her when she graduated from high school. So she should be the one doing the shoveling, but no. Everybody, be sure you follow me on Instagram and see more great photos, okay? Keep it here. We'll be right back. I want to thank my guest today, Mark McGrath. I love you. Studio audience, my co-host, I couldn't do it without you. Tomorrow, don't miss our Hot Talk panel. We're going to be breaking down the biggest stories of the week, and People's Style Watch is going to show us the hottest fashion trends that people are wearing right now. I love you for watching today. See you next time, right here on Wendy. Bye. Thank you.